Mm. Tomcat. Mm. There's Charity. We just had some ham. Mm. 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 Wow. There we go. Mm. Oh, yes. Mm. Let's get a little closer here. Welcome. Oh, you know how it is, folks. I usually give it about 10 minutes. Cards. Oh, it's only my reflection. What's up, Blaine? How you doing? Yeah. So welcome to Sunday Reflections. Wolfang. Hey, how you doing? So you know how it works. For about 10 minutes, we're just hanging out. If I have to go to airplane mode, restart everything, then I will do that. But so yes, come on in, everyone. Welcome. Michigan Outpost, what's up? Boom. Yeah, that's right. Let me see. It's yeah, like this. Boom. How you doing, Holly? Good to see you. Good. All you new people coming in. Am I saying that right? Paprika. The T with the R is hard to trill. Uh, Trent, how you doing? Welcome. Yes, you won. You won, Trent. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, it's in there. I got it. So yes, welcome to Sunday Reflections, folks. XMYC OG Prepper. Really? You can't comment on it? What's going on with that? Uh, okay. Yeah, just keep trying. Oh, let me go to live chat. There we go. I got live chat on. Okay. Yeah, good to go. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome. Coffee first to speak. We're hanging out there earlier today with coffee and gang. That was cool too. I was halfway of my coffee, and that's gotta let all that. Getting a video. You're not getting a video. Okay. Oh, no video. No video of audio. Yeah, that's why we wait about 10 minutes. Let all the bugs work themselves out. I will do this. How about I'm gonna go to airplane mode. Buffering. Yep. I'm gonna try my trick. Boom. And we're live. All right. See what happens. Seymour Cannabis. Cheers. Cheers, Seymour Cannabis. Yes. 5x5. Yep. Linda, welcome. Now you can see in here. Outstanding. What are you calling me here? OG Captain Spin Again. OIC Captain Spin Again. Hey, what's up there? Mrs. Metal. What? How are you doing? Good to see you, Mrs. Metal. Of course, you are blue. Boom. There you go. Welcome. Jan, I won, right? Who else have we got here? Yep. So Mrs. Metal, welcome. Welcome, Mrs. Metal. That's Metal for Breakfast's wife. Welcome. Welcome. Yes. Welcome to Sunday Reflections, folks. Today we're going to talk about walking. Yeah. This was inspired. I had no inspiration whatsoever. And I called a brother of mine, and we were talking, and throughout the course of the conversation, what did you say? The future of the past gone by or something? Yeah. What's up, Wolfang? So yeah, that's what's inspired this topic today, this reflection. And wow, yeah, walk. I mean, I'm going to look at it as more of a logistical thing. But yes, there is a lot of economic, spiritual connections to walking. So one must. That's in the past. That's what we did. We walked. If you were poor, you walked, and if you were working for the man, you were working, or you were a farmer, whatever, you walked. because that's the way it was. Yeah, if you were lucky enough to get a horse, you took a horse, but you're still kind of walking. And maybe the future of walking and going into shift. It's kind of my idea of thinking too. What's up, Matt? This and that with Matt. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. But yeah, we might take a left turn somewhere, and go down a philosophical path, perhaps. We always do, I guess, on Sunday reflections. But yeah, right, right. I mean, I remember as a kid and getting past, when I walked everywhere as a kid, just a lot of walking. I was a great walker, but I would walk from city to city through woods and things that you shouldn't walk through. People's properties. I did a lot of walking, right? Walks around the room and ponders. So, and then that set me up for the Marine Corps, where I did a lot of walking. Wow, walked all over the world. That was badass. You walk on your time off. You get libo, and you're in somewhere like Greece or Italy. You're walking. You might walk off the beaten path and just get lost and have a great time. Or you might get lost and have some type of very bad adventure. But you could always utilize, buses. There's always the proverbial taxi cab driver to pick you up in Naples, Italy, and take you in country, whatever. Multipass could get you into Germany and France and all these other places. You could take a bus or you could take a taxi cab, depending on how much money you had. But for the most part, I remember walking, just walking. Little backpack, and I'm walking down the street. I'm walking in the fields. I'm walking, in the mountains of other countries, right? Carrying a lot of things. That's what we had to do. Yeah. We walk from the Nazi taxi. They ride to the battlefield. That's right, Blaine. That's right. In style. So walking, you could also utilize, rivers and lakes. A little spit, good to go. Lady Smith. Right. What's going on? Michigan Outpost. Yeah, brother. Good to see you as well. Got your hands full. Oh, man. So walking. Insert echo here. Reflections. Papa's Farms. Nice, brother Papa's. We did a lot of walking. We did a lot of walking. And so and carrying a lot of things. It was very heavy, and we had the logistics of it. You would walk to a place to be resupplied. From a tactical mindset, you would walk from one spot to the next, and you either carried everything with you or you got it along the way. There was a cache. There was a helicopter that came out of nowhere and dropped some food and water and ammo for you, and maybe picked up your dead, maybe picked up your people that were hurt, your sick and your wounded, and took them off. And that's another thing. Walking is for very long distances and carrying weight, carrying through very rough terrain. Right? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get sick. You're open to the elements. You might get a snowstorm, a blizzard, a freak thunderstorm, and you get lightning and hail on top of you. I mean, it's amazing what happens in these mountains sometimes. It's a very dynamic, environment. So you're at the you're at the mercy of the elements out there sometimes. So. Got me a bike. I'm lazy. Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's, nowadays people have bikes. I was one of those people too. Even while I was in the Marine Corps, I would bike anywhere I wanted to, and hang out. Or think about what we do now. We go in reverse. We get in a car, and coffee, top chat, all secure. We'll get in a car on a vacation and pack our bikes and our hiking boots, and we'll walk. We'll get out somewhere and walk up a mountain, for 2 or 3 days for fun, right? Walk around the lake, do some fishing, There's a lot of beautiful places to walk. Hocking Hills. I want to go to Hocking Hills. I want to go to Nelson Kennedy Ledges. I want to go to these state parks and walk these trails. Right at the bug out, I want to walk around those trails and see what's going on. Yeah, you're on your own tonight, coffee. What's up, Captain Crappy? Walking is a integral part of a city. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to walk. They don't want you to drive. They don't want you. They have little. They've got these little scooters that you can pick up and drop anywhere. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go, Captain Crappy. Yeah, I definitely want to go. Check that out. Walking was, especially looking back in the past, right? You walked everywhere. If you were somewhat poor, or if you had a business, maybe you had a business and you were walking from city to city, village to village, selling your wares, or you were picking up stuff and dropping it off. You were into the distribution of things. Coffee, that's fandom iconic. His name is Captain Crappy. He's a good friend of mine here in Cleveland. Yeah, what's up with Cherokee? What's he doing? He's probably on a walkabout. Pilgrimages, they're still done to this day. Bit too trashy and destroyed, right? Independent Mini United. Hey, what are you doing? How you doing? Right, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, Trent. Yeah. I wanted to go down some of those trails. What's up, Ace? But yeah, we do that for fun. Just walking around. But in the city, you could walk anywhere. You walk to the store, right? Your local store. You walk to the bus stop. Get on your bus. You walk down the trails and on the metro parks, and smell the flowers in bloom. Watch the deer. Get some look at some running water. You might walk in the creek. Creek walk. That was a big thing in Tennessee. You just get in a creek and just walk up, down, wherever. Walking in the woods. Yeah, man. I mean, we love to walk and just explore and check out the sights. Our country, our world. That's how things began. These walking trails. And yes, bandits. The proverbial highwayman, stand and deliver. And places, people were taking these pilgrimages to holy sites, not just in Christianity. I mean, you look at Muslim and Islam; they make the big pilgrimage to Mecca. A lot of pagan, every pagan one had some kind of pilgrimage that they would take. Either from they would have I know India, which is a pretty badass time, is during their time. I think I forget when, but they have like a walk from temple to temple and just party, and it's it's celebration time, and it's you've got vendors everywhere, you got food, water everywhere, you've got this music going on, this pageantry going on. Dias de Muerte, Day of the Dead. They walk from one church to the next. And it's up hills through a city and all that, and stand and deliver. That's right. Give me your liver. The Silk Road. You walk that Silk Road, and that's where the Knights Templar came up with the bank and the traveler's checks, right? So walking has led to a lot of advances, a lot of things. A lot of cities were built on these walking trails. Prepper Book Club, what's up? What up? What up? Yeah, what's up, Mr. Book? How you doing, brother? If you've got a large freaking farm, large community, you're walking that thing. You're walking to see what the cows are doing. You're walking your land to make sure there's no dead animals on it, or live animals. Hey, Sandy, how you doing, Sandy? I think I know Sandy. I think I do. Anyway, so you're walking all over this land, to inspect it, to take care of things, to work. What if you were walking from one farmer to the next? A lot of walking. Me personally, if I have to, bug out, right? I'm gonna drive as much as I can. right? I'm going to drive as much as I can on the roads until I can't anymore. I'm going to pull over and I'm going to get out and walk around. You're going to have to do that anyway. Yeah, fence holes, critter dens. Yeah, find the foxes on your property that've been eating your chickens, right? There's a den somewhere. You got to walk the land. You got to know the land, and the only way you're going to know the land is to walk it. Silas, how was the character Thorfinn? Thorfinn. Which one is that? Is that the black guy? Is that the from Eric the Red? I don't know. Thor, or no, his name was Thor Hall, I think it was. Anyway, yes. So welcome, Sandy. Welcome. Walking. We do a lot of walking, but think about doing a lot more walking. That's right. Walking the creeks of Cleveland. Just watch out for the hypodermic needles. The Vinland Saga. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Silasos. Welcome. You've been around. I've seen you around. But a lot of walking. Lots and lots of walking. Medieval times, that's what everybody did. You walked. And we walk now. But, we a pilgrimage to the flats. Yeah, yes, to the flats. I've been there a few times. It's good times. Fun. Lots of fun. It's just, I walk, a lot of walking there. You park your car and 5 blocks down from where you're going and you just walk, and the flats are nothing but just, places to walk. A lot of highwaymen, a lot of people cut their teeth on the road, marauders. You would, and of course you would find out where that gold shipment was coming from, and you would lay in an ambush for that gold shipment. Everyone had to pruning and walking. Everyone had to account for their own security. That's the thing too about walking. You're gonna walk by yourself. You better be very, very savvy. Yep, absolutely. Yep, that's how I grew up, Captain Crappy. Just running through people's backyards. There's gold in them there hills. Cool. I'll check that out. Silos. Yep. But walking was dangerous. It was dangerous. And it still is to this day. Right? So imagine that shift. And, the question remains, do you live in a community during shift, or are you a nomad, meaning you can go from community to community, and you can travel the wasteland, right? Or you're going to be a lone wolf, just a man on the hill, walking the mountains, being left alone, the lone wolf, so to speak. I like the idea of nomad, because I could have a place in that community. I could have another place in another. I could have a place in another community, and just go around from community to community, dropping off stuff, doing mail. Hey, so and so needs medical supplies. All right, I'll take it over there. Right? We've seen The Walking Dead. That was a lot of that going on. Where the hilltop was commerce, and man on the hill sees far. That's right. But even the man on the hill would have to, need something, or somebody's going to inquire if he has anything of use or value, and if anything they can offer. So you're always going to have that traveling salesman that's going to go from community to community, walking around. Can you do that? Is it possible? Yep. Clubs that have nomad chapters. It's 3 people. Wolfgang, just skip, and people won't fuck with you. Yeah, engage in the ministry of silly walks, right? Like the postman, you're making your rounds, right? And that's what. And there was another thing too, was the walking. You were conveying information. You were the news. What news of the North? What news of the Western Front? How is the next community doing? How is Gertrude doing in Community High Top, or Perma Heights, or Shaker Heights, or when we got Brooklyn, we got all these places. What news from that community? And you're just like, okay, yeah, this is what I know. Uh, Double Dog, what's going on, brother? And so walking, you would get hospitality. They would start to build little places. People would start if they were gonna. Cat lady, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Greenleaf, same here. 3 months late. Tea party 3 months late. So walking was about commerce, goods and services, and that I don't think that's going to change. I mean, cat lady there. What if she's got a lot of milk to sell, but she's not comfortable with going out away from her property? Maybe she has her neighbor that stops by and says, "Hey, I'll take your milk to market, for a fee." Yeah, she's going to probably utilize that, right? Okay, cool. Or you're going to, you're barter and trade. You're going to barter like, "Hey, so and so, why don't you take this milk and take it to this guy? He's going to turn it into cheese, and on your way back or whatever, he's going to bring me some cheese, right? And you get some cheese, and everybody gets cheese. So that's pretty cool. I know, right? It inspired me, cat lady. I mean, because I remember your content. That's kind of what inspired me. So you're going to have that. You have that already, right? You already have that. But are you going to take a horse, buggy? You're going to drive a car? You're going to, or do we have to walk, right? And do you have to take a secured route, or are you willing to trailblaze through the woods, through the tundra, right? I barter eggs for honey. See, that's pretty cool. So people are doing that now already. That's gonna happen too, right? Yeah, now I want cheese. And so walking, really, that walking is what grew nations, you know uh and yeah, even back in the horse and buggy days, some people couldn't get a horse, some people couldn't get a some people only had a cart and they were pulling it by hand. Maybe you got three young 18-year-olds. One's they're all your nephews, and you've got to get this this hay to the farmer next door, and it's going to take you about 5 days. But no horse or whatever. Donkeys, right? Yeah, donkeys were a thing, but they were expensive and they were hard to maintain. When you're walking, you really don't have much to maintain but yourself, which is a lot though, because you're going to be burning a lot of calories. You're going to be exposing yourself to injury and sickness. You're going to have to carry everything with you, or set up a cache supply points along the way so that you can reach your destination. Always have food, always have water. So just by walking. And you've got to protect yourself, not only from bandits and marauders, but by the rogue bear that comes just out of nowhere, just sleeping on the trail, and you can't get more than you come within 100 yards of him in any given area, and he already knows you're there and he's after you. So that's the bear, the grizzly bear, the moose, the pack of wolves. I mean, there were so many things that would kill travelers, that were not just marauders. They were highwaymen, marauders. They would set and wait. And hey, maybe, what's up, Hunter? Maybe you started your own service where you ran up and down the trail, walking road or trail, and you cleared the path for everyone. Yeah, what about panthers? Yeah, coyotes, they'll get you too. Yep. So, and Sasquatch. Yeah, Sasquatch is hungry too. So, you're going to see him on the trail. Grown man that isn't armed. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they will. They're dangerous. You know, they are. They're absolutely dangerous. So, and you never know. You might just you started your journey, and it was a clear day, sunshine, nice. Yes, how are you going to deliver ice cream? Moose are the dumbest things on earth. Right. They're also very fucking violent. That's usually the way. The dumber they are, the more violent they are. Yeah, Bigfoot and aliens. There's nothing stopping anyone on the trail from abducting your ass, right? So, what if you started your own little patrol and you patrolled the area, for a fee? Or escorts. That was a real big thing. You could hire an escort, and he would take you from destination to destination and ensure your safety. Maybe you had to pay off these factions and marauders and maybe you have to pay a toll. Maybe the walking path is through a city, and they patrol it. They man it. They make sure that nobody crosses. They put up their own little border, their own little checkpoints, and you can only make it through there unless you pay their price, right? Right. An escort is a little different today, right? So, yeah, she's not escorting much anymore. They're not taking you through the city, but a navigation. And we were also talking about, can you land nav? Can you take maps and say, I want to go from here to there, and I have to go through the rivers, valleys, and streams to do it. You know, where the org will get you, right? So walking, there's a lot to walking, but we have two legs and we're masters of it. We can cross long distances by walking. We all know about the story of our Native Americans came from the Mongolian steppes, and they walked across the ocean, the Bering Sea, because it was, I don't know, a land bridge, they said, or it was frozen. Don't know, but they walked, and they walked, and they walked. A map in a coloring book. Right. I remember, in the Marine Corps, we did a lot of land nav shit. You know what I'm saying? It was wherever we went, there was an opportunity to do land navigation. We did it, and sometimes it was a course that we took, like 2 weeks. We were there, and it was something that you had to certify for. I remember the Boy Scouts and stuff, and that's another thing. If you really want to know, like, where to go do this and go hiking and land naving, check with your Boy Scouts, check with your Department of Natural Resources. That's why I want to go to Hocking Hills. There's like a land nav course there or something. Yep, scout the area, ride the bikes. Yeah, scouting the area. I mean, what if you and your people are going from one city, one town to the next, and well, you don't know. There's no comms, there's no radios, whatever. Maybe you have that, maybe you don't. So what do? You send out a scouting party, Oh, that'd be badass, Trent. That'd be badass. I was looking at some of the places, the cabins. They're basically timeshares, and they throw you in the middle of the woods and they give you a hot tub. That's pretty cool. Will you watch Blue Brothers? I've seen Blues Brothers. Yeah, it's a great movie. For 7 long ass years now, I'm walking everywhere. Yeah, Hocking Hills, and there's all kinds of stuff over there, man. Like there's a really cool range there or something down the road. I looked at it. I looked at it when I was here. Kennedy Nelson Ledges. I want to check that out too. But all these places, you can hike. By the sun. Here in Northeast Ohio, sometimes the sun disappears. It's gone. You won't see it. You won't see it for another 3 months, 6 months. Silas, I'm gonna call you Silas. I'm on a mission from God. Yeah, I'm on a mission from God. You do it in that Boston accent. On a mission from God. Nelson Ledges, Hunchad. Yep. So walking in if you have to walk through Hanging Rock, yeah, I want to check out Hanging Rock. I've been through North Carolina before. It's beautiful country. Lots of hiking, lots of camping, lots of climbing. Some badass climbing spots. I've been to some of those back in the early '90s when I was a dumb Marine with mountain gear. Right? Yeah, think about all the times you've walked here and there. What if your car breaks down? You're walking. Lots of cars, caves, horses, riding river, kayaks. Wow, badass. And biked and drove. Yeah, how does Cleveland compare to Toledo? I don't know. I've never been to Toledo. I've been through Toledo. I don't know. Cleveland is cold. Uh, Cold and it's got its charm. I'm sure that Toledo has its charm, but I like the people here of Cleveland too. It's kind of weird. They're kind of weird people. They're tough as nails kind of people, but they're pretty cool. It's pretty cool here. So Toledo is trash. That's what I've heard. Toledo is trash, but yeah, imagine having to walk from city to city. Imagine having to carry something of great importance or valuable, and you have to navigate. Either you take the road and you provide your own security, or you hire security and you walk it out, and hopefully you navigate the marauders and the highwaymen, or you just say, you know what, I'm going to hike through the woods and the mountains, and I'll run into less people, right? But it's going to be Philadelphia. Oh man. Or it's gonna be less people, but I'm gonna need more supplies, and it's gonna be more treacherous, right? A little bit more of a logistical nightmare. You gotta bring more gear with you. Maybe you bring in rope and carabiners, and doing something like that. Are you doing it by yourself, or are you doing it with a group of people? That's even more you got to carry. But a group of people traveling and walking, providing security for each other, and that's probably the only way it's going to happen. Because nowadays everybody's got a gun. Everybody's got a gun. So you won't even see the shots. What's up, bug out? Ran 1,500 miles last year training for marathons. Wow. Yeah, we're talking about walking, and your son is running. Running 1,500 miles. Well, the marathon. The marathon was a runner from from the coast to Athens, and he did it in 26. It was 26 miles that he ran in record time. Moon Sprouts, hey, welcome. You're taking a chance of the wild, right? But yeah, that's the chance you have to take to get off the beaten path. To stay away from the marauders, to stay away from. You might pass by areas that just want to extort you. So you just want to go around them, and maybe you have 30 miles of woods to go through, or 15 miles, 10 miles of woods to go through, just to circumnavigate their city or town. What's up, S Moore? Thank you, X. And all walks of life did this. We're talking kids. I remember growing up, my mom used to carry me everywhere with her. When I was old enough to walk, I was being drugged by my hand down the street onto buses and into places and stores, so she could run her errands. So we did a lot of walking as kids, and you can imagine that on the open trail, so to speak. Think about that. You're walking to the Oregon Trail and something. Wow, 60 miles, badass. What's up, Eric? Still in the tree. Hate going through the woods and snakes and spiders. Yeah, and yeah, you got to contend with that. and you might fall. You might break your knee, your ankle, your leg. You might fall off a ledge. A tree might land on you and kill you. These are all documented cases of death on the trail, in the woods, out in the open, walking. David Politis, you guys ever heard of him? They tell you, he tells stories that are amazing. Yep, Cleveland's finest going by. David Politis missing. Was it missing 411? Where a group of people are in the wilderness of Oregon, and they're fishing and they're walking back, and they got to walk back to camp, and it's like 3 miles out in the middle of nowhere, and right behind them was their buddy, and they look back and talk to him, and they check back 2 minutes later, and he's gone. And you're like, where the hell did he go? He just got abducted out of nowhere. He was just with us. He had a shotgun, he had a fishing pole, and they find his shoes like a week later. This massive search and rescue, and everybody's like, where the fuck did he go? They were just walking, and he was left unsupervised. And poof, ninja vanish, just like that. Yeah, what the fuck? Can you survive that? With a group, you get picked off. The dangers of walking, in this post shift world. Now, I do know that how things work is, communities will set up, and there'll be way stations along the way for people that walk from here to there, because you have to. Never be the first or last person, right? They're always expendable. Yeah, I know. Your point man and your rear man is always the one that die. They have the highest danger of dying. Unless you're in the kill box at an ambush, and then you're usually the one to survive. Because they want to get the middle. But anyway, ambushes. Can you survive an ambush? Can you conduct an ambush? What do you do during an ambush while you're on the walk, while you're walking? Wow, better solo than with a group in bear country. Wow. And are you going to know the land? I mean, there's going to be guides. There's going to be guides that live there and they say, hey, I can take you from this point to this point. Yeah, absolutely. Trent, yeah, yeah. You're the super point. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, can you operate in that manner as in a tactical mindset, with your group walking to go to the store, walking into town from your compound or location just to get some medicine that somebody on the ham radio said they have, and they'll trade you for 20 pounds of cucumbers. So you're carrying cucumbers through the woods, snooping and pooping with your night vision goggles and your rifle. Maybe you have permission to be on that land, and maybe you don't. It's you don't know. Maybe you spot bears walking by, at 200 meters. Maybe you spot a roving band of ruffians. All right, yeah, right vision. Cool. Hell yeah. Maybe you take a dominant position on the trail. You have the security. You're badass. That's right. And you're providing security for a large group of and you've got a large group rolling through, and you've got a dominant position on that road, and you're pushing everybody out because they're a threat, and you're trying to come through. Jason and VA, shalom, welcome. Walking. Hey, there's another. What's the Moses Exodus? They walked for 9 years in the wilderness, just walking around, trying to find their place to live. Yeah, trying to find Israel, right? From Egypt. Yeah, I have too, Sandy. I've met a few of them. Most of them black bears. Right, X. But we're such an apex predator. We are. One person can go out there and be a you know be an ambush artist and ambush lonely travelers along the way. Maybe two or three people he ambushes. And that's where your scout team comes in. You know, they were scouting the way and they took the brunt of the force, the ambush, and the main body of the force is coming through. Uh, but yeah, I mean, just one person can stop a whole train of people walking. Spread them out. Because you never know who's going to take the first shot and where it's coming from. In an ambush, you never know. It's just boom, done. Yeah. So the black bears of Tennessee, they used to, wreak havoc on the trash and our cars, and they'd break in sometimes, to our houses. We would chase them all the way. I've kicked a many of black bears, scaring the hell out of them, throwing stuff at them. I've never had to fight one. I've never had to shoot one, but that's good. But we've shot at them. But you really didn't have to. You just scare them away, or chase them away. But some of the if it was a black bear and you were and her cubs were around, she'd fight you. So you would just kind of, all right, we're out of here. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, crazy bitch. You and your kids in the middle of the woods. Mom was providing security. Mama bear, and she's fierce, right? So yeah, walking was and will be still to this day, especially after post shift, EMPs. You're going to be walking. You're not going to be driving. Say there is no driving. Say, do you find a horse? Can you do this? Yeah, bears know martial arts. There they do. Yep. They know how to take your insides and put them outside. So walking, we can still do this. We can still do this. And the older you get, the longer it takes for you to walk. And of course, some people just can't walk. That's the thing. A lot of people have to have help. Uh, really, meat puppet. Is there a delay? Is there a delay? Like one hand, or one. Anyway, I don't know. Driving granddaughter's home, so I'm just listening. Right on. Yeah, and a lot of families and the father. That's where the father figure came into being as a great protector, because he's got to protect his family along on the journey. There's all kinds of pitfalls along the way. A lot of dangers that you have to protect your family from. So, no delay whatsoever. Okay, cool, meat puppet. Imagine doing that, devil dog, and walking. Uh, da, 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 da. Bear eating a bunch of fish. Anything that can eat that scares me. Right? Bears, yeah, you get about anything. And you're gonna have to, yeah, your pets. Take care of your paws, take care of your feet. You gotta air your feet. There's so many things. We've perfected the art of walking. Now we have specially designed socks, specially designed shoes and boots. That you can utilize. I love my Danners. My Danners are amazing. They're waterproof. They're tough. I can take them in on the trail, or on in the city, or in the woods. On the off the beaten path. What happens when you run out of boots? Are you gonna walk barefooted? Do you have a place to convalesce if you hurt yourself? You're walking down the Appalachian Trail. I mean, places like that are going to be the way, that you might want to take, and you step on a rock and turn your ankle, and that's it. You're done. You're now every step is you've basically broken your ankle, a sprained ankle, whatever. Turned your knee, just on a rock that was out in the open. You stepped on it wrong. You wasn't looking down. You have to be very, very focused and aware. Situational awareness, 360-degree awareness, as far as you can be aware of. Right? So can you keep that? Can you keep that focus, and provide that awareness at all times? You I mean, sometimes you get attacked by the air. An eagle comes down and sees, my hair flapping in the wind and I don't know. Maybe I was eating something. I was eating a rabbit and I got some stuck in my beard. It got stuck in my hair and now it's behind me on my backpack. And this eagle or condor or pterodactyl comes out of nowhere and tries to fucking eat me. I didn't see it. Volcanic Rocks, Barefoot. I am the kill box. DJ, what's up? So, the things to consider on the walk. Walking down the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, you hear stories about it. You hear stories of, creepazoids that will sneak into your camp and steal all your stuff. You could pull off to the side, and be partying with some people on the trail, and next thing you know, you've passed out and you're tied up upside down a tree, and they're gone with all your stuff. All the women are raped, and all your dog has been killed right in front of you in some kind of ritualistic way. Devil worshippers. I mean, cultists. So these psychopaths and serial killers out there that just want to hunt man. This is where they did it. They did this on the open road, on the trail, to the walkers. They walk too. Rooster. Yeah, I mean, Yetis, skinwalkers, things you got to think about. If you're going to be by yourself, then you better be super aware. Oh yeah, yeah, chupacabras, got to watch out for those things. Eat rubber. The fuck same. Yeah, right. Oh, rubber. He eats a tire. Yeah. And yes, there's going to be places that you can go and hang out, get lodging. You got your taverns, you've got your lodging. That started all from walking. People would walk from one place to the next, and carry a little bit of money with them, or have a traveler's check and say, hey, I need a shower. I ate something bad on the trail, and now I got the shits, and so I need a nice warm bed and a shower and a toilet. What's up, Gardner Josh in the house? Hey, Prepared Irishman, welcome. All this walking, walking we evolved. Our society evolved from walking. Made a fire first. Yeah. What if you can't walk anymore, and while you're on the trail, you stop, you get off the beaten trail just to make make camp for the night, so you can make a fire, cook you something to eat, and bed down for the night and rest your weary bones. And lo and behold, you just camped out on the fucking cannibal farmer's land. You just made a wrong turn, buddy. Remember the movie Wrong Turn? Yeah, now you've got these cannibalistic farmers that are doing their thing. Levidian Fisher. There was a story of Levidian Fisher on the Kings Highway in South Carolina, going into Charleston, South Carolina, and 1700s, 1800s, whatever. But she ran a hotel, a traveler's rest, right? And everybody that checked in there, they killed. They they did the thing, with the trap door. She gave them some poison tea. They died, and all their stuff became her and her deranged husband, Lavidian Fisher. Check her out. They eventually captured her and imprisoned her. Was there the other one? H. What was the guy's name? H. Hobbs, I think. H something. But he had it was in a city, but he had the Death Hotel. So a weary traveler from the city would come in and get lodging, and next thing you know, he's got a trap door. There's a trap door, and he falls through, and this guy is chopping him up like fucking like meat. You know. Yeah, what did I walk into? That's right, Prepared Irishman. Yeah, H. Holmes. Thank you. Yeah, H. Holmes. Yeah, that guy. Fucking crazy. That was out there, So you couldn't trust a lot of people. You couldn't trust anyone, and you always had the shysters. You always had the con men. You always had the beggars on the trail, and they can make trouble for you as well. I don't think that's going to change. If anything, that's going to get worse, because on the trail post shift, you're going to have everybody begging and working on pulling on your heartstrings. They might have a kid out there, in rags, please, sir, I'm hungry, sir, right? And of course you're going to have young women doing the oldest profession there is. Right, so the walking, I don't know, what would you call it? The walking society, the society that came about from walking. You had all these people that would walk, that were there to offer services. You still do it to this day. You still see it to this day with billboards, right? Signs, 3 more miles till to the next titty bar, and oh yeah, we got steak. A monorail. That's right. Right. And of course, they want us to do these 15-minute cities. What does that mean when they say 15-minute cities? That means you were stuck in a city that you can only walk anywhere. You can be anywhere in that city within 15 minutes. It's not a big place to live, but you've got 15 minutes to your work, 15 minutes to the store, 15 minutes to the park, 15 minutes to your home from anywhere in the city, and it's going to be restrictive. You can't go anywhere. You can't go past the 15-minute mark. That's right. We are. We're the most efficient predator. We're also the most gruesome predator. What is this? Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker, LA, snuck through people's windows, killed a man, waped his wife, and then took their life too. Right, Rooster, yeah. 15 minutes till you get robbed, right? The most dangerous game. 15 minutes to work wouldn't work here. Right, Eric? A lot of commuting going on. If you're living outside, it doesn't mean you're not in a prison. That's right. And our biggest prison is our economic prison. It forces us into these prisons, these open air prisons, and keeps us there because of we feel like we don't have the ways and means to break out of it. And we don't, for the most part, we don't. So people are going to live, and if they don't like where they live, they're going to walk. Or if there's some type of incentive or financial gain or a threat. What about refugees going from one place to the next? What happens if you're stuck in a mass migration, right? A asteroid has just landed in Cleveland, and these fucking ironclad reptilians are running all over the place, killing everybody that makes sound, right? They hear one thing and one sound, and they kill you, and there's nothing to stop them. Bullets can't stop them. People are gonna migrate. Yeah, I guess that was a movie, right? It's quiet. Anyway, you're moving, and it's a mass migration. You're hauling ass. You're unass in that area. Not only you, but 500,000 other people. or your city just now becomes uninhabitable because it's at 1500 degrees Celsius or 1500 degrees Fahrenheit because a volcano just popped up. There you are. Right. Something happens, and a tsunami that happened many many times. Look at Japan's history. Rip Curl. You can find him. You can find the feral Cherokee running around. Uh, Imagine trying to navigate a city. Every community, every neighborhood is locked down and doesn't want you there. They don't want you there for their own for their own security, for them. They've created their own checks and balances, their own checkpoints, and they got their own security, and you're not allowed. You got to go all the way around, and maybe there's other gangs and communities that don't like you either. Yep, right, Trent. What do you do? How do you navigate that? And you're walking, and everybody's walking. The EMP happens in the city. Post EMP. I don't know. The walking thing, I think, is going to be very important. It's important to know your limitations and plan accordingly. If you know that you're only good for 20, 30 miles, and you can only carry 20, 30 pounds before you have to stop, get off the highway, right? Yep. Get off the highway, find a stealthy place to sleep. Maybe you set up camp, cook you something, eat and sleep, and then you're up early in the morning, carrying on your journey, on your exodus. Look at Africa. That everybody walks there. I mean, there's tons of people just walking around. They get carrying things on their heads. We do have transportation, right? I do believe too that we're gonna have cars, we're gonna have buggies, we're gonna have horses, carts and trailers and stuff like that. Sure, but if you're driving and nobody else is, guess what? You're a big target, and somebody with some tired feet is going to want your vehicle. Are you willing to be able to fight for that? And do you have the ways and means to fight it? Everybody walks and everybody carries something. Right? Green Thumb Prepper, right? Yeah, check that out. Check that out, folks. Yeah, he's in Canada. Like right now, if I was here in Cleveland and they just locked it down, boom, lockdown, can't leave. Guess what? Right here, right now, 15-minute cities established right now. You're in lockdown. Oh shit! And they're starting to go door to door and house to house, and they're rounding people up of certain that they don't like, certain threats that they're going to round up, and you might be one of those people. I might be one of those people. I'm pretty sure I am. But on the list, they're rounding up people on the list. How are you going to get out? Are you going to drive? You can't drive through the checkpoints. Right. Every checkpoint, every road in and out of the place has been locked down. You can't get out unless you walk, unless you take the trails, unless you get sneaky. Maybe a little back alleyway that skirts around. Maybe you go through an abandoned warehouse to get to the other side of the checkpoint. And then you're on your own walking through all that world. And you're going to have to worry about, in this day and age, you're going to have to worry about that 360-degree security, the drones. You're going to have to worry about the FLIR, the forward-looking, infrared, that you can't hide from. It's got a 1,500-mile radius, on lockdown. They can see anything, and balloons. satellites that can track you. How do you navigate through that? Helicopters and planes that robot dogs. Yeah, right. There's robot dogs. This new brave new world they have waiting for us. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to. Ooh, Beyond Reset. Cool, badass. Eric dropping these things. Animated short film. Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, with the guy on his balcony getting, yeah. People beg for this sort of living because it's saving the climate emergency. Oh no, the climate. Guess who will be driving and flying still? John fucking Kerry. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is not for them. They're going to, move around and they're going to move around freely, in comfort and ease. As opposed to the rest of us that have to walk it out. Right, we're gonna have to walk it out, or get creative. Maybe we make our own vehicle. That's very. I mean, Pandora's box has been opened. So they're going to be able. We can still find ways and means to transportate ourselves and goods and services. No chat in the window. Oh, okay, Meat Puppet. I'm sorry. So I'll try to talk a little bit about chat here. Eric, they'll all avoid the 15-minute cities. Eric, if you would, please drop those links that you dropped in the chat. I learned this from Captain Crappy. Could you please drop those in the comment section of this video so I can see it, because I won't be able to read chat for at least 2 or 3 days. But I can see it in the comment section and be like, oh yeah, boom, check it out. And it works. It's pretty cool. Captain Crappy taught me that one. Yeah, Pandora's box has been opened. We know how to mechanically leverage things. No worries. I'm on the phone again. Meat Puppet. Right on. We can, we know how to leverage things. Oh yeah, even better. Yes, thank you, Steel and Tree, Eric. Even better. So we'll learn ways to get around, and we'll learn the best routes to walk through. It's their last friendly walkthrough. Yeah. But walking is essential. It is an essential skill. You might be walking in places where you shouldn't be walking. Yeah, know how to walk. How to walk being unseen and being seen. Right on. That Captain Krabby guy. Yeah, he's definitely or you could walk like an Egyptian. Yeah, you could do that, Magic. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like a panther. So yes, and there's also the health benefits and the psychological benefits that come from it. Walking and thinking. AI was beaten by a box. I remember the story of the Marine Corps. Yep. They literally, and one guy used a box, and one guy literally, for how many meters? 250 meters. He did a somersault to the AI thing, and it didn't register him. A somersault. He just kept somersaulting, backflipping. Obstacle course path to death. I have to walk through. Right. Yeah, I mean, walking through burned out, rubbled cities. Twisted metal and concrete everywhere. Nothing is stable. You might have to navigate through that, or you circumvent it. Maybe you can't circumvent it, and it's in your way, or your contact is there. So walking, yeah, get maps. Do you know the area? No, probably not. And so it would be nice to have some maps, to have some kind of general idea of where you are. Even if it's a really good road map, you can basically use the road map as your guide and stay off the roads. and always keep the road to a certain bearing, offset bearing, and you can relatively navigate. You can navigate relatively easy through the United States and never be on the road. Uh, Higher camouflage, right? The war blanket, until the war blanket gets heated up, and then they see you. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, when how are you going to? Are you sure that you're not being watched? You're never sure. We like I said, Pandora's box has been open, and the area of surveillance and awareness has grown exponentially. With cameras and sensors and all kinds of things, nods and IR and motion sensors and all kinds of shit. So it's going to be hard to navigate. It's going to be hard to navigate this new world, but it can be done, and people do it anyway. Uh, is a teacher of the unknown, homelessness. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of homeless folks and people that have been just out there, and it was their choice. I'm like, wow, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from the homeless. You also learn not what to do, right? So the doghouse and grew into my shop. Well, so walking, logistics of it. You're going to have food, water. You're going to need food, water, medical supplies, shelter, protection. Or are you? Are you? Maybe you're just walking from you know, yeah. Survival tips. Talk to the homeless. Right. I knew people that jump trains. They're train jumpers. And they told me stories of they get on the train and they think they're going to Michigan. Next thing you know, they wake up there in Canada. Like, oh, this is the middle of the winter. Oops, it's the end of the line for the train. Uh, uh, right on. Thank you, Fruit Loops. Yeah, S2 is amazing. Yeah, S2. Yeah, they make an IR camouflage. They do. Yeah. Yeah, they make an IR camouflage, a night vision camouflage. So yeah, there's more. The back and forth, the cat and mouse game begins. Always continues. Fight in the shade. That's right, fight in the shade. Uh, the cat and mouse game is ever present, and it's a way of fueling both sides of ingenuity. Night vision, as someone called me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're circumnavigating, say you're doing some night land nav, in your trek, in your exodus, your journey from one place to the next, and you're walking, you know, if you can move at night and have nods, that would be a great superpower. But there's other people that have nods too. So they're gonna see. What if they see you? What do you do? What are your contingencies? So lots to think about. From navigation to logistics, to SOPs. And basically what it takes to get there and get back. Or are you getting back? Maybe you're getting somewhere safe because your area is no longer safe. The Algirsistan has invaded America and has taken over and is sweeping across the land. So you're trying to stay ahead of the war line. Refugees from war. It's walking, a lot of refugees coming out of there. Yeah, people are going to drive, and but once they start driving, all right, take care of yourself, Tomcat. Once people start driving, some people it's a free for all. It's a free for all. You think of you think of a evacuation as being orderly. They're never orderly. It's you can't you they're gonna restrict your access to other ways. You're not gonna have a lot of decisions to make. Can I go left? Can I go right? Can I stop here and get a Coke? No, you're stuck in that fucking Exodus trail of tears, a trail of exhaust fumes, until you get to your destination, and that's it. So an evacuation, you don't want to be in that long of a evacuation line. So I did it. I was part of the evacuation. I just wanted to check it out. Part of the evacuation from from Myrtle Beach into Columbia. They had it was crazy. National Guard, state troopers. I was working actually, so I just had to go. I had to go to Columbia, but that was the only way. It was the only way to go, and every other route was blocked, and they will arrest you. You know, so of course they're going to do that. What if you take the back roads? What if you drive through somebody's yard? So I don't think we can ever get away from driving and the use of vehicle. That we every you can find a mechanic somewhere or an engineer or yourself that you build the car, you put gas in it and oil in it, and you make it drive and drive you to your destination. And you can always get other vehicles along the way. Tactical resupply, or you buy it, you sell it, you barter for it, you trade for it, right? So you're always going to be a bigger target from that type of traveling. Everything was limited access, right? So yeah, you couldn't get anything. You're not going to get anything, but it's your home. It's where you know and you love and you feel safe, and now you're not, because there's 13 feet of water everywhere. Fuck. This puts a damper on things. Bicycles, yeah. I've been a holy terror on a bike. I would go hundreds of miles on a bike, in a day. I didn't care. Acquiring minds. Acquiring minds want to know. Yes, you would acquire things, whatever that is. So yeah, walking is a very essential thing that we're going to have to do, that we do anyway in our lifetime. But a post shift walk is a little different than, say, pre shift. Walking in a city is a lot different than walking in the country. Both have their dangers. I remember walking down an old dirt road, and out of nowhere a fast vehicle comes by, and I get pelted by beer bottles, and they're gone. It could have well been bricks. So you never know what you're walking into until you get there. It's good to know. It's good to, if you have the ability to take your time, and you have a safety mind, safety security mind orientation. What's it called? Litigation of damage. Litigation of damage, and you're moving in that aspect. You're going to go slow, and then there's going to be a lot of scouting going on. There's going to be a lot of observation and listening and smelling. You might camp out out in the middle of nowhere and send somebody in, couple people into the village or the city, just to see what the report is. Get a report, a situation report, and come back and say, well, we can't go there. Oh yeah, Majid, we picked it right up. Mission Possible. So, walking is amazing. Skullduggery is going to be a skill that is, and skullduggery. Looking after skullduggery, in the back of the head with an orange. Ow! Yeah, right, Rooster? Yeah. Yeah, there's still dangers. And, what if they stop? What if they stop? What if those rednecks would drinking beer stopped? I would have been dead because I would have lost my shit. You know, bugging in until I absolutely have to leave. Yeah, yeah. But okay, so even bugging in, all right, even bugging in, you best be walking. You best be walking your land. You best be walking your fences, your perimeter. See what's on the wire. You best be walking to your neighbors, and seeing how they're doing. See what the word is. So you're going to be walking still, and say somebody's on your land, you know, you're going to have to walk to go get them. You know. When you're providing your own security element in your bug out location, you're going to do a lot of walking. You know, you ideally you want to provide internal security. Outside your house. And then you want to send patrols around the house, around the area that you're hanging out in, you're bivouacking and all that. You don't want to meet the enemy at your doorstep. You want to meet them in the fields. I forget who said that, but general. But yeah, you don't meet them in your barns, on your porch. You meet them in the fields. You go to meet them there. So there's still going to be a lot of walking. You know. At your bug out, unless you're in like that totally secure safe house area that's got locked down and it's got bunker style building walls and ceilings, and maybe you're underground, and nobody knows where you're at and you have stealth. So if that's the case, then you don't want to be walking around because you don't need to. Nobody knows you're there. You're not a threat. But if you're at a bug out location, say a cabin in the woods and on the farm, you're gonna have to think about security because somebody's gonna come a calling. Somebody's gonna somebody's gonna test the security. You're gonna see if they can get in, see what your defenses are like. You know, if you've already got a patrol out there past the fence line, past the friendly lines, then into threat land, then you're already one step ahead of the game. You can cut them off at the pass, so to speak. So getting out of the city. I love Angry Prepper Jason. He does a lot of, because that's his concern, is how is he going to get him and his family out of the city when it's you're in a city. It's gonna be one hell of a pen tester. Yeah, that's right. So he walks. He walks through the city with his backpack. He rucks it out, and he's got to provide a safe route and security for his family to get out as well. So how do you do that in a city where everything is chaos and turmoil? And it's a lot worse in the city. You don't think about it, but every door, every window, every car is a threat. Behind every building, there's so many places for anyone to hide and be able to ambush you. It will boggle your mind. It will make you mad. It will make you mad with trying to keep aware of where you at. That's why you need more people during a urban environment to operate in, to walk in, because there's so much of a threat area. Anywhere could be a threat. Any window there could be a guy in there, with a gun, and build up sub communities in our community. Yes. And so that happens is like a city, like in a city, a neighborhood will shut down. They'll go ahead and block both sides of the street. They will watch their neighbor. The neighbors will provide security for their other neighbors. Maybe there's a natural barrier, like a drainage ditch, a no man's land. that helps. But when houses upon houses upon houses, like the suburbs, are just right next to each other, it's going to be city street against city street. Uh, city street communities helping each other, and you're going to have to do that, and they do that. We've seen that. We've seen that throughout time, where communities, neighborhoods will band together and provide some type of security and resources for each other. Uh, right on, DJ. Matt Shad in that situation where yes, yes, if needed, if I could not leave the city, then I'm setting up shop here, and it's going to be that. It's going to be, we're doing this, folks. That we have to, we have to do community. We have to make a community now. We have to figure out how to get water. We got to figure out, right. So yeah, so Captain Crappy, we're gonna have to talk about that. We'll have to actually sit down and talk about that. I think that's going to be a very important conversation, but a very cool one. So learning what your resources are, learning what's your threat level, what's your threat in the area, what's your major threat, what are the demographics of your area. So there's a lot that goes in it, a lot. If you're going to stay in a community and build a community in a city or suburb, and it happens anyway. I mean, it happens anyway. People get together, they have a little meeting. Yeah, exactly. And that's a good question, Eric. How many neighbors do you have that you can trust? You know, I don't know. I maybe I can count on one hand in the local area, but I know people throughout the area, so the list gets bigger, right? And so if I don't like my area, I can go Captain Crappy. I can go to his area and set up shop. Maybe my area is compromised. Too many jihads going on or something. I don't know. Personal jihads. That's the thing too, right? We have a few in this little chunk. So and Cleveland's kind of that area anyway. It's already set up that way. Hey, that don't go to that neighborhood unless you know someone. Okay, right. And they're gonna ask you questions. I got grilled and interrogated when I came here, right? So it's yes, it's good to make connections and learn who your neighbors are, but they're already learning about you as well. So either that's a good thing or a bad thing. So there are a few problems that will have to be dealt with. Right, Matt Chat, how much closer are you to buying a property? Timing. I'm waiting on timing. That's what I'm waiting on, Eric, is timing. I'm waiting for everything because I only have a little bit of money to play with. So I'm waiting for everything to drop. Basically, I'm waiting for the real estate crash, and then I'm going to get me a good deal on a piece of property. Is none by extending this is awesome. Yes, same here, Ghost Lincoln. And that's what might be needed. What's up, Hutch? What's up, brother? Yeah, walking. And say you do have a homestead. Are you going to stay on your homestead for the rest of the shift? You might have to walk. You might have to walk to your neighbors. You might have to handle something. Your neighbors might walk to your house and say, "Hey, we're recruiting right now to go hunt down this pedo that's 3 properties away. We expect you to join us." On this auspicious hunting expedition. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, a lot of walking. Okay. Mine is the reservoir. Of course I want a castle. Take care, Wolfang. I've already checked my archives. I found a reservoir with 1,000,000 gallons of water, fresh water. And it is literally a fucking castle. Yeah. Our East by car. Right? Cool. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk, Captain. That'd be an interesting talk. Yeah, the reservation. I've been out there. Me and Charity's been out there a lot. I mean, it's wide open areas. You can see it's like a soccer field, baseball, football field, kind of. That you could fit like I don't know, 500s. Oh, you did. I went through those woods. I went through yeah. The rope is still there over the creek. Actually seen kids still playing in the creek. Uh, I like the Earthship idea, Lady Smith. I do. That's it's very ingenious how that works. You know, but yeah, I mean, communities like that are gonna until the first hiccup. Yeah, and then you get to see the reserve. Yeah, we used to build forts. Oh, badass. Yeah. I know the area. I know your area that you grew up in. Check. I walked those woods. Me and Charity. Yep. Yeah, I went into the areas that were really thick too. I just went to the creek, went left, went right, went upstream, went downstream. It was pretty gnarly back there. Oh yeah, but oh hey, Captain Crappy loves his toys. Jets, what's up, Jets? How are you doing? Good to see you. Jets, I know from Captain Crappy. Jets, mess. Good to see you, Jets. You definitely become blue. Earthships are dope. I will live in a jungle tree house, self-sustaining ecosystem. Right. So, still a lot of walking. Is going to be needed, you know. And you're always going to encounter people that are walking as well. I remember, where the hell was I? I was out in the middle of nowhere. I wanted to get away, and I drove into a massive state park, and then I walked out of the state park into the absolute wilderness. It was like a preserve, just to get away from people. And I still seen fucking people. There's a guy walking by with a fucking walking stick and a boonie, a tan boonie, going, "Hello." Like, what the fuck? I had to cross swamp to get where I'm at. How the fuck did you get in here? So you're always going to run into people and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Just passing through here. It'd be amazing. It's amazing how many people you meet on the trail in the wilderness. It's pretty neat. But walking. I mean, I think about walking out of Cleveland. Could I walk out of here? I could take the trails. I haven't done it, and that's the thing too. Can you practice this? Can you practice escaping your city? Can you practice? Walking to your bug out location that's 25 miles away, 100 miles away. Think about the logistics and everything that's needed there. You're going to need waypoints. You're going to need stashes, caches. You're going to need clean water. You're going to need shelter. I mean, are you going to carry shelter with you? Or are you going to stop along the way, try to make good time and get to a shelter? Whatever that shelter may be. Maybe it's an outcropping. Maybe it's under a bridge, an overpass. Maybe it's your friend's house. Right? You never know these things. So planning is very important when walking great distances. It's extremely important. How much water you're going to take with you, or are you going to be able to get water along the way? Is there going to be watering holes that are clean water? So that's where all these. And yes, when it comes to walking and stuff like that, the more skills you have, the less you have to carry, right? But you still got to carry the weight. And if it's just you, that's a lot of weight. Or you're going to have to bulk up on your skill set and hope to God you don't twist your ankle or get stung by a fucking murder hornet, get bit by a venomous rattlesnake, or some shit like that, or get shot by somebody that's just taking pot shots at people, whoever they see. So having a plan and plotting that course is very, very important on any kind of walk. We don't think about it in the city. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk to the store. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna what I need to carry. I need to carry my wallet. Well, actually, it's Cleveland, so I've got my gun, my knife, my spare magazine, my flashlight, walking shoes, my cell phone, and my gun. And so everything. And now I've got to go. I'm going there to get something. Now I got to bring it back. So now I'm carrying more weight. So you know how is that gonna if it's a short distance, it's no big deal, but going there and back, you still have to be on your toes. You still got to keep your head on the swivel, especially in traffic, because you never know. Somebody might throw something at you. Somebody might shoot at you. Somebody might just fucking decide to go. Just I'm gonna drive on the sidewalk, and you just so happen to be there. That happens. People just I want to go left. For whatever reason, they have a seizure, they're drunk, whatever, they're hallucinating. Anytime you're around other people that are walking and traveling and driving, it's going to be a level of danger, a threat level. That's what it provides, because it's the rogue factor, the wild card that always happens, that you don't plan for, because it happens. It just happens. There's no heads up. It's instantaneously boom. You're just you're there in that situation. Path rucks completely different from wood rucks. Trained for both. Yep, right. So yeah, you look at the path rucks, right? If you work walking the path hutch, like say the trail, Appalachian Trail, it says I think it's required that it's like 20 pounds, minimum. Or some trails have a maximum. They don't want you doing more than 50 pounds going up this mountain. But that's just yeah, we like to think we having a dog will be a plus for sure. Yes, but no. Are you going to travel with dogs that are going to stay by your side, or are you going to travel with dogs that are just going to get in trouble and hunt down other things, and get shot at, and when I walk Charity, even though she is a part of my security, I'm her security. uh, Travel by Striker. More dog meat, right? So you got these people eating dogs and shit. You got to watch that. Even it's walking is going to be an interesting thing. Like I said, in the cities, it's going to be crazy. Either you're going to walk into an area where nobody knows who you are, and they're taking pot shots at you, or they know who you are and they leave you the hell alone because they're afraid of you. What's up, Rabbit? At my final destination in this life, one says life is active life, so I'm good here. Right. Yeah, okay. I mean, and if that's, I mean, that's your conviction. That's your choice that you've made. You know, yeah. I mean, I've tried to train Charity to be quiet, to chill the fuck out when we're on our little adventures and hunts, and get down. I'm getting down, and she's like up, doing this, wagging her tail, and I'm like, well, you just blowing our cover, thanks. Dog that hasn't eaten in a few days has no obedience, right? No matter how much you're emotionally attached, yeah. Yeah, dog will hunt, dog will eat. you know. And imagine the people you're going to meet if just walking. Say you are at your bug out, your homestead, your final destination. You're going to meet people that are just passing through, or they want to stop by and hang out with you. Will you give them hospitality and ask him, what news from the north? Maybe he's a spy. Maybe he's there to scout the area, for a larger force that's coming through. Maybe he's just a lonely traveler, Maybe he's Eli, and he's trying to get to Alcatraz with the book of Ezekiel. I mean, you know, I mean, you never know these people that you meet along the way. Uh, People walking, because it is the best way to disappear. Is just take off walking. You know, yeah, you can track people that are walking through the woods and through the cities, but it's harder. Yeah, yeah. We handled it accordingly. Yeah. So, walking has its dangers. Uh, People walking have danger. They can be a danger to you. They walk. You wake up one morning and you're having coffee on your back porch, watching your cabbages grow, and there's this guy walking by with a rucksack, and he's passing by your tomato plants. Who the fuck is that guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? You know, I mean, so you're going to meet people that are walking. Um, but walking, it also has a very, like I said, a very philosophical, you're on the journey, the path. You do a lot of thinking when you're walking, a lot of thinking, like a lot of reflections, a lot of concepts and ideas and designs come to your head. Your mind, your body kind of gets to the point where it's on cruise control, and you're putting one foot in front of the other, and it's been miles since you've stopped or whatever. So your body is just going. So your mind is just like, you just start thinking about shit. A lot of philosophical things come from that. A lot of knowledge comes from that kind of thing. The Shaolin and the Zen Buddhists had a practice called walking meditation, where they were stuck in a what they called a satori state, satorian motion, and they would walk, and they would literally be at a point kind of like tripping, but still aware of their surroundings. Imagine if you've ever done any kind of meditation where you get into that point where you're just like, oh, you're spacing out. You can't drive when you're meditating. You can't walk when you're meditating. You're just, you're on this journey in your mind. Imagine that while you're walking, and how difficult that would be. Some of these monks, they would walk into there's a they would walk through a battle that was going on, and they didn't even realize there was a battle going on because they were reciting the mantras. They had been reciting their mantras for days while they were walking, as they're walking, and they didn't even realize they had just walked through a war zone. Until later on, you're like, that's a war zone. So it's even that has some, but you come out the other side of that with this kind of surreal. It's a surreal experience. Walking, it creates a mind body connection, and you really get to get in tune with yourself by walking long distances. It's just you against the world. It's against you and gravity, and you're stepping it out. Right on. Not the treasure, right? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, so you can the benefits of walking. It's great for all. It's great for your muscles, your joints, your knees, your toes, your feet. Your arms, your legs, your cardiovascular system, your endocrine system. Dogs, wolves. They will not heal unless they can run really good. Interesting. They can walk and heal faster than they can set and lay and heal. Sometimes they do have to set and lay and heal. Most animals have to do that if they get hurt really bad. They have to set somewhere and heal. But dogs, animals, they walk it off, literally walk it off, and they actually get benefits from the walking. We can too, unless it's like a nagging thing, or something like a broken ankle, something structural that we've done. We can you can usually walk it off. Yep, keep your feet dry, have good shoes, keep your feet clean and dry. Yep, your circulations, and you'll notice that sometimes, you'll lose some of the blood in your extremities. Your body has a funny way of saying, okay, well, we don't need this and this on it. We don't need these lights on. Wow, right on. Carmel Car walked off a pinched nerve. Yep. Your body is like, well, we don't need these lights on, so let's go ahead and turn those off so we can conserve energy and put more energy and effort into walking, right? Keeping ourselves upright, foot against the other, one foot after the other. As a second heart, yes, the walking, the pumping motion, right? Wow. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of blood goes down to your feet. Ooh, I see purple sweet potatoes. What, Jack? Wow, badass. Right on. I want to grow sweet potatoes. I need to get that ground cover growing. Good luck to you. Started as a humbling crawl. Oh man, I've had pinched nerves especially in my hip. That hurts. That hurts. So, walking. You start to contemplate things. The pilgrimages, they would walk and pray. They would pray and sing. Thank you, Jack. There you go. He says, "P.S. You survived. It's Monday here," as Matt always points out. Thank you, Jack. Yes, thank you. We have survived, folks. What's up, Chuck? Chuck C. A psychobilly unprepped. Unprepped. Hijack. Hey y'all, hijack. I mean, yeah. What about hijacking? So, all right, folks. I'm getting close to my bedtime here. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the conversation. I'm gonna have a cigarette, kind of wind down a little bit. I think Charity wants some more ham. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Ooh, funs and games. You got games, Captain Crappy. Very cool. Fandom iconic. Yeah, I like that. The things. The things. That game, the things. What would you do? Oh. We get to see if it's snowing out there. If it's sticking. I don't know. It's been snowing, but it hasn't been sticking. Well, it's just been wet all day. Yeah, folks, thus concludes CODL is a witch. Who is that? Rah. Yeah. It's kind of warm out here. It is. It's kind of warm. I don't know what the temperature is. It's wet, warm. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, cold as a witch. Oh, yeah. All right, Trent. I see what you said. See what you mean here. Wow, it's like under 40. I don't know, in the 30s, 38, 39, 37. Feels great. It actually feels great here. You got a foot of snow. It's still snowing, but nothing is sticking. It's crazy. Everything's wet. I think it's just about freezing. So yeah, folks, that thus concludes my reflections on walking. It was inspired, and it led me down the path of medieval. What happened in medieval times in walking? What was it like to walk through a Victorian city? Everybody was armed with swords and half swords. Wild Wild West where everybody had a Derringer, you know. You know, walking in the city as opposed to. All right, take care of yourself, Chuck. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like 29, 20 degrees when I wake up in the morning for my commute. Uh, Craig, yeah, I got a coat on. That's all I need. Oh yeah, walking in this weather would be horrific. Say I had to walk to, you know, walk out of Cleveland. I'd start off with something warm, then I'd have to take it all off because I'm getting hot, and then I'm starting to sweat, so I got to put that back on. Uh, all right, take care of yourself, Hunter. Huntier, thanks for stopping by. Blaine, thanks. So yeah, folks, thanks for what's up, Craig? How you doing, Craig the Hunter? Oh man, the Great Hunt, the Great Hunt. That's I forgot to talk about that. That was a lot of walking, a lot of walking. Usually for, sometimes for days, maybe weeks, days and nights, hunting your prey. Then you gotta walk back home with your kill. Ruck and I'll meet you halfway. Right, right, Trent. Yeah. Osceola, Osceola, I've heard of that. So yeah, folks, this concludes my. Thank you for taking this journey with me on walking. Uh, oh man, you got the rut. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Crazy time, the rut time. Rut season. Right? Yeah. Yeah, walking through Ohio would be fun. Yeah, but it's cool to have stops along the way, you know. One of these days I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk to work or walk from work. Uh, yeah, those boots. I remember those, Carl. Those sucked. Yeah, but they kept your feet warm. Yep. Walking in extreme conditions, you know, it plays a toll on you. You need more calories, you need more food, you need more water to be able to walk. Sophia B. Good night, fandom. Try to lurk on some days when always end up chatting, right? Right. So yeah, folks, have a good night. Have a good week coming up. I know for me it's got battery powered socks. Oh man, awesome. Those are nice. Those are very nice. Charity with her whining. I see you, bro. Self-powered. Heated feety covers. Yeah. Yeah, those are nice. So yeah, one of these days I'm gonna walk to work or from work. Probably from work. Yeah, I'll do that one time. I'll walk from work, but I'm gonna have to plan it. It's gonna be a good day, right? You know, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a snowstorm. Once I get one good day walk from work, then I'll know what it takes, right? And you can adjust from there. And that's the other thing is have you walked your route? You know, set up your walk. Vision. Right. You work at home. Yeah, walking. I mean, walking makes you strong. It does. Think of all. Look at all the things that come out. You know, the studies from walking. We are a walking species. We were meant to walk long distances. Right on, Camel Carl. Oh yeah. Nine meals away from anarchy. I walked the path and realized God sent me to the same place. Same place He sent the falling angels. Lucifer. So yes, thank you all, Brother Rooster, Sister Sophia, Brother Ghost. My legs are a beast. Yeah, you walk for a living, don't you? Brother KP Heathen, all you brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for walking on this journey with me. Oh, with charity. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, yes. Going to walk, see his peace. All right, Brother Majik. I'm walking, talking in the morning. Oh yeah. So yes, I'm going to end this live stream. I'm getting very tired, and it is just about my bedtime. It is my bedtime. It's 9 o'clock. So, thank you all very very much for hanging out with me, Sister DJ. Yes, thank you all, Anthony. Thank you all, and have a good night. Oh yes, go to Fandom Iconic for the after party, the after show. Take care, everyone. Hagen, skull. Yes, rabbit, skull. One last skull. Good night, everybody.